I have always believed that one should celebrate every victory. It doesn't matter how small the win is, you should celebrate it. Yesterday, beating Pakistan in, in an international cricket series was no small win. It was a big deal, and the look on Darren Sammy's face was not only one of relief, but of spontaneous joy. We recall earlier in the day, he was hiding behind the partition in the dressing room. But after that victory, he erupted in a joyous human being. Congratulations to the West Indies cricket team on winning their first home series of 2025. Albeit they have lost the previous three, but they have closed out their home international series for 2025 on a winning note. We as West Indies fans must celebrate. We are fully aware of the challenges facing the team, but a win is a win, and an international series victory is a big deal, and we should celebrate even more. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the number one cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to your interactions as you share your views and your comments. Now, at one stage in the match yesterday, with West Indies 113 for 4 after 30 overs, those of us on the live watch along was wondering how many West Indies will make. I recall Sheldon Smith asking if we will make 250. And I said, yes, after doing some calculation, I worked it out that if we scored 7 runs and over from where we are, we'd have gotten 115 more runs and had it to what we have already, we would have gotten up to 240 something. So I said, yes, we can make 250. But Shea Hope and Ruston Chase started it and finished off by Justin Greaves. What are innings from Justin Greaves? 43 at a strike rate of 179. No one saw it coming. No one saw it coming. But Justin Greaves must be given credit. Shea Hope would have made many centuries in his one-day international career. That's why he's averaging 50.24. It shows that he has been consistent throughout his international career at a high standard, his one-day international career at a high standard. But I don't think that Shea Hope had played a better one-day international innings than the one he played yesterday. 120 from 94 deliveries, 10 fours and 5 sixes. It was really a magnificent captain knock. It was a wonderful captain knock as he hit the bowling to all part of the ground. I was considering yesterday that if these are the type of pitches that Shea Hope can bat on, and probably that is something that they shouldn't plug in to the algorithm bot, because if he's comfortable on these type of pitches and can produce that type of innings on these type of pitches, maybe, just maybe, it is something that we need to look into. And I would really like to hear your views on that. But it was an innings of the highest caliber, really good first-class innings as he hit the bowling to all part of the ground. I don't think that he have ever played a better innings than that one in the colors of the West Indies. Take into considerations all the mitigating circumstances. It was a really, really wonderful innings. It was world class and it was top draw. Then Jaden Seals. I am so happy for Jaden Seals. I am so happy for his parents who are always there with him. Wherever he goes, They are there with him, and I'm so happy for that performance. I recall back in 2021 when I declared that Jaden Seals was the next great West Indies fast bowler. Many persons questioned my logics then, but I'm happy to see that coming forward. There's a well-known personality on radio in Jamaica who thinks he knows cricket, and he was one of those who challenged me. How could I say a young man playing in his first test match against Pakistan was going to be the next great fast bowler? But that is the cricketing IQ that comes from the Cricket Forum. Just like how I predicted Shamar Joseph that Shamar Joseph should get into the West Indies team and he's going to be a good bowler. And we all see that happening in front of our eyes. So I have that knock. I don't always get it right, but there are occasions where I spot it in the distance. And I'm relieved to see how Jaden Seals have developed, and he's now really a world-class fast bowler. In my opinion, and I believe, and I strongly believe so, that Jaden Seals can get into any playing 11 in world cricket today, any country. He will challenge even the Australian top 3 to get in that squad. It will probably be hard to replace them because of their longevity in the Australian team and the workload that they have done. But on a skill basis, I don't think that many bowlers in the world are more skillful than our own Jaden Seals at this time. Yes, we have lost 3 home series and we won 1. Now going forward to India and New Zealand, it will be challenging. We expect to win the limited over series in Nepal, but India and New Zealand will be tough series, and the players and the coaching staff have to get their A game. They have to prepare well. In the interview, of the post-match interview, Darren Sammy spoke about sending players to India early. That on the face of it sounds good, but what is the work? What is the work that they are going to put in India if they go there early? So it's not only about sending players to India early or earlier, but to ensure that when they get there, it was the return and investment was worth it. They don't go there with their laissez-faire attitude, but with a determination to work well. This is a players rating show, however. I told you I'll be early because I have some engagement early this morning, and I'm going to do the player rating shortly. The player rating is in the video description. Please click on the links, do your player ratings, because you have to do your player ratings, because without doing your player ratings, you do not have any right to criticize mine, because I would have given the players what I thought. So you need to give the players what you thought, and so that we can have a good player ratings. I will come to some of your comments before I go to the player ratings, just giving you more time to do the player ratings. Patrick Lambert is saying, good morning to you too. For all of us having a sweet taste of victory yesterday, we should be hungry in the slips waiting. Good one there. Good one there to start us off, Patrick Lambert. Very good one. Good morning to you, Athena. Victor Dani, good to see you here. That's what you call disciplined bowling and batting. Congratulations to them boys. Yes, they played well yesterday. Definitely no West Indian fans would be happy with the start. 113 for 4 after 30.3 overs. We are not going to be happy with that. And the game became very, very boring. All of us who were on the watch along were saying that this is boring, you know, and because it was. But then we never knew what Chase, Hope, and in particular Greaves have in store. I don't want anyone to underestimate that innings from Greaves. It was splendid. 43 it was, or 46. However, I knew his strike rate was about 180. 43 from 24 delivers, 4 fours, 2 sixes, a strike rate of 179.16. He probably, again, he had never played an innings like that in his life. You know, so there were 2 innings yesterday, the one from Hope and the one from Greaves, which were probably the the best innings those guys have ever played in the colors of the West Indies. Ayana, good morning to you. It feels good to wake up knowing we won a series. Yes, yeah, I'm sure you see the smile on my face. Even if you don't see it, I can tell you I am rejoicing in my heart. There are things to work on, yes, of course, but yesterday proved we have what it takes to be great. I am not so sure about the last part because I would want to see more evidence, but you reflect your opinion, so I respect your opinion. I will reserve my conclusions on that part, but then you are entitled to give your opinion and you can only do so. I love the attitude of the field in the guys. Yes. It was after the first match that we said that the team fielded for only 14 overs. And after the drinks break, the fielding went to shambles. It was high school level fielding, or probably even basic school, primary school level fielding. But yesterday, you saw an electrifying fielding team right throughout. And that doesn't just come by chance, you know. It comes from the work of the coaching staff, and I've always rated Ryan Griffiths as a good fielding coach. You here would have heard me say that many times. So I always rated him as a good fielding coach, and he should be given kudos along with the head coach. He should be given kudos for that. But we in these communities and all those other YouTube channel who are demanding more from our players in the field should also be given credit. Because we as the fans, you as the fans, and all the other fans on all the other channels, although I know that most of us overlap channels, should also be given credit because we are demanding a high standard from these players. And that is why that we need to continue to demand high standard from these players. That is why when your favorite player failed, when your countryman failed, you should not take offense to it when others demand high standard from them. Because without a collective high standard from the field, the feeling that we are having this morning, the rejoicing in our heart this morning will not happen. So it's not about insularity as Cricket West Indies president want to make it out to be. He was dead wrong and he need to resign. It's about demanding more so that we can be happy. That's what it is. So Puff, I really was proud of the way the team fielding yesterday. Good morning to you, Lou Prudent. I was engrossed in the match yesterday, hence I was not following along with you all. Good win though. Yes, it was a good win. Sherwin, good morning. Bobby, my dear friend, man, big up yourself, man. And Bobby was the one, you know, Bobby, I want to thank you for your hospitality when we were in Florida, and I thank you for picking us up at the hotel and taking us to the airport that Monday morning so that we can catch our flight home. Appreciate it, Bobby. I wish some West Indian cricketers take a page out of Seal's book. Definitely. I really hope so too, Bobby. Really hope so. But Bobby, you and I know the challenges that the West Indies cricketers face. And the improvement that you are seeing in someone like Seals, it is because he has grounded parents and he's grounded in fundamental ethics, work ethics. So it is not like when someone shout to Kevin Sinclair. Yes, I'm calling out his name. I shout to Kevin Sinclair and said, "Yo, boss, why you run up and down so much for? You know, see I work too hard." And Kevin Sinclair took that. And all of a sudden, when you see Kevin Sinclair, the last time I'm seeing, he puts on about 20 pounds. I hope he took it off. They can't say that to Jaden Seals because he's well grounded in work ethics. You know? So You and I know the challenge that we face. You and I know that there are players in the West Indies setup who don't want to see others do well because they want to keep their mediocre standard. And the best way to remain lazy and the best way to keep the mediocrity standard is that if you can get others not to excel. Because if others excel, they will show you up. And you either have to put your shoulder to the wheel or get out. You either have to get with the work or get out. And so that is one of the urges that players in the West Indies team who really wants to do well has to overcome. It is no surprise that someone who is as serious as Alzari is doing well. No surprise that someone like Shamar Joseph that never came through the system is doing well. It is no surprise that someone like Jediah Blades, who is showing so much versatility and skills and such a high ceiling. It is no surprise that those guys seem to be just ahead of the game. You know, and the thing that someone like Blades has to guard against is that he does not allow those players who are satisfied with mediocrity demotivated him from working hard. So thank you again, Bobby. Good morning to you, Sheldon Simit. Wow, boy, Sheldon Simit. What a turnaround of emotion yesterday. Our bowlers are world class. Our batsmen are good enough if chosen based on form, said Sherwin Camber. Sherwin. Our bowlers are world class. No doubt about that. Our batsmen, not good enough. Doesn't matter who you choose. Well, in ODI cricket, we have good batsmen. We have 3 world-class batsmen in ODI cricket. Casey Carty, Shafane Rutherford, and Shea Hope. There are 3 world-class batsmen in ODI cricket. Evan Lewis had proven it in the past. He has proven to be a world-class batsman in the past. Therefore, he has the ability to again be world-class. So if Lewis can get it together and those 3, then we would have 4 world-class batsmen. No other batsmen in this class, in this team, have proven themselves to be world-class. Some would say, yes, other players have potential. But I'm talking about players who have proven themselves to be world-class one-day international batsmen. Evan Lewis, Shafane Rutherford, Casey Carty, and Shea Hope. They are, and the bowling. But in other formats, then the argument will be, it will be a greater sell. Mr. Brown, good morning to you, Greg Kanai. Casey Carty needs work. The boy needs every coaching, said Greg Kanai. Thank you very much, Greg Kanai. And Lou Prudent will add Brandon King to the list. They should be training at BLCA before going off to the away series. This seems to challenge them and the opposition a little more. They should be training at Brian Lara Cricket Academy before going off for the away series, as this seems to challenge them and the opposition a little more. I don't quite know if I understand the context, TKR supporters, so I wish you would probably elaborate some more. Banana Brook is saying, Yuan Lane, next pace bowler to progress. Your thoughts, please. Yuan Lane, and I've said this more than once, that Yuan Lane is Jaden Seals 2-3 years ago. Yeah. I am not ready to pronounce him yet as the next great West Indies fast bowler. I am not doing that. And you would ask, why am I saying that Yuan Lane is Jaden Seals 3 years ago? But 3 years ago, you were prepared to pronounce Seals as the next great fast bowler, but you don't want to pronounce Lane, although you said that Lane is Jaden Seals 3 years ago. There are some little intricacies in these things, you know. There are some little intricacies in these things that you have to have a high for it. You have to have the perception for it. And I'm not saying that Lane won't be a great fast bowler because he have all the attributes and the fundamentals to be. And as I said, he is a genuine wicket taker. And what impressed me most about Lane, just like Alzarri Joseph, is the way they came back after the death of someone close to them. So I have a lot of, I have a lot of time for you and Lane, and I really think that he's on the right trajectory. Right now, I don't think he's ahead of the big three or Anderson Phillip. I think he's in 5th position. But what I saw from Lane, very, very, very impressive young man. Never Isaac, good morning to you too. How you doing, man? I'm very glad that you are here, Never Isaac, and big up and thanks much. Actually, with a bit more discipline in the first game, West Indies could have won. Now we have been celebrating a clean sweep. You know, Never Isaac, I really thought about that, you know, and I think that we could have won that first match to Never Isaac. It's done and dusted. It never happened, but I think you're on point, Never Isaac. I think you are on point. You are definitely on point with that one. You know, I agree. I tried talking to King at the airport. He have an attitude problem, said Greg Kanai. Greg Kanai, I have never met Brandon King yet. I think I spoke to Brandon King once, but it was like, it's even when before he started playing Test cricket. He was playing for Jamaica at the time, but he wasn't playing Test cricket. Or he wasn't playing international cricket. He wasn't representing the West Indies at that time. So it was a long time ago. And it was one question that I asked him and he answered and I move on. You know? So I don't know, but you have experienced it and you think that he has an attitude. You know, so that's your interpretation and we can't deny you of the conclusions that you have come to, you know. In my opinion, West Indies should give a chance to Athanaze and Ati. Who is Ati in the squad and playing 11 said. Thank you for your opinion. I don't know who is Ati. Athanaze and Ati. But the thing about it though, Athanaze and whosoever Ati is, they will get their chance. They will get their chance, and when they get their chance, because Athanaze for sure have gotten his chances in the past, and if he was consistent, he would have been still in the team. And the only reason why Athanaze is not in the team is because he has failed. So, and it's not about a chance, it's about earning your spot, you know. But once he performs, he will get his chance. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it, Sophia. He will get his chance. I don't know who is Ati. Is he a up-and-coming batsman or something? I don't know. From the windward or so on, I don't know. I'm a diehard fan of my team. Win, lose, I'm watching. It pains when we lose, but that win gives me joy, and I drank 2 beers on that win. Love pace attack. Alzarri back would make us a good bowling attack. Well, Alzarri was being rested, and I agree with you, Boot Ryan, Celestine. I share those same comments, and definitely. But Alzarri was rested because remember that Alzarri Lewis was our leading bowler in the UK. He was just simple rested. Yes. So Sherwin, I'll not read your rating. Do the player rating, and we will recognize you definitely. Then Dave what Gomes? Oh, Dave Gomes. Jaden Seal had good support from others. Say thanks to them also. All right, thank you, Dave Gomes, for thanking all those persons who have supported Jaden Seals, and we welcome things like those, you know, that persons point out those things. So thanks Jade Gomes, thank you on behalf of the community for saying thanks to everyone who have supported Jade and Seals along the way. And the thing about it, when you see an international cricketer, not only from the West Indies, but all over, international sport persons, the player is delivering on the field. But that player has a support group network around them, Yes, that player, and the better that support network around them is, the more grounded that player is. You have some players, and you'll see it in the West Indies team. I'm coming. You have some players, and you'll see it in the West Indies team, that the network around them is telling them that they are great. And because the network around them is telling them that they are great and you are the best thing since sliced bread, there's a quotation, best thing since sliced bread. I don't know what it means, but it means that you are the best thing ever, And if that support around them is telling them that they are the best, even when they go out and make a ducks, that support gives them 10 out of 10. Even when the West Indies team lose, that support gives them 10 out of 10. How are they going to improve? No, man. So the support around them must be balanced, fair, and let them face reality. So when you see a player, so Gomes, thank you for that point. Lawrence Wilson, good morning to you too. And he's saying congratulations to the West Indies cricket team. I am only hoping that West Indies can come consistent from here on. It's a very long time since I see they played as a team. Thank you, Lawrence, and a lot of persons definitely acknowledge your comments and agree with you, and we really hope that they become more consistent. Please remember to do the player ratings. I'm going to come to it very shortly. I need to get out of here, but we have to do this. Seal displayed the fire in Babylon that the old West Indies had. And he has been doing so from 2018. And maybe that's the difference I'm seeing between he and Lane. Although I think their skill level at the same age, when I think their skill level comparable at the same time. It is about the same, but probably that's the difference I saw, why I said that Seals will be world class and why I'm not prepared to say Lane is world class as yet. But I don't want to put any pressure on the young man. He still has not made his West Indies debut as yet. Seals is better than Bumrah, in my opinion, said the champion. Well, I respect your opinion, the champion. I would say that not many persons will agree with you, the champion, I hope you don't get a call from Jay Shaw and say, the champion, this is Jay Shaw. What did you just said? So, so let's see. Sherwin is saying that he's not impressed with Lane, but I can tell you that Sherwin hasn't watched a lot of cricket and he just wants to say something. Yeah. Yes, so good. So I'm going to go now to the Philip the Boy. We just have a good bowling attack. Just put the runs there. I know we can defend it. You all know that. I don't understand the last part of your comment, Philip the Boy. I don't know what's that. Good. Sorry about that, Never Isaac. Good morning to you, Patrick Davey, the best groundsman in the West Indies. How you doing, man? I know that you're happy. It was your best video. Thank you very much. You think that our video yesterday was the best? Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Big up yourself, Never Isaac. So, okay, so let's go to the player ratings now. I'm going to do mine quickly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time this morning because, as you're aware, I need to get going. Clearly, every match in this series I've given Brandon King 1. And it can't change. It can't change. There's no way I can give Brandon King more than 1. Every match in the series, every match. Now, Edwin Lewis, 37 from 54 balls. It took a long time. 68.51 strike rate. you know, as I look at the West Indies batting, and I remember Leroy George saying yesterday that the pitch is difficult to bat on. And I have to think about this. Look at the West Indies batting yesterday. Carty, King, Lewis, Rutherford, the top five. So King, Lewis, Carty, Rutherford, not yet. They struggled. And Leroy George was pointing it out to us yesterday that it was a difficult wicket to bat on. And all those four West Indies batsmen struggled. And how we bowled out Pakistan for 92. Then the innings of Chase, Hope, and Greaves on a pitch where every other batsman struggled. Greaves was able to score at almost 180. Shea Hope was able to make 120 from 94 balls. And every other batsman struggled. And Chase was the one who really came and started it. His 36 from 29 balls. He was the one who came and said, look, oh, this pitch can bat on. Although Hope was batting, I think Hope was 41 from 44 deliveries when Chase came. And at the time, I was saying that this is what supporters of Hope need to use to point out that he's really a better batsman than the rest, because everyone was struggling and he was able to do that. But put that in context, West Indian fan. Put that in context and think about it. We bowled out Pakistan for 92. Four of our top five batsmen struggled. Put the innings of Chase, Hope, and Greaves in context. Wow. Wow. I'm giving Elvin Lewis a 4. And the reason why I don't give him a 3 is because 37 is closer to 40. And the strike rate, though 37, 60 at strike rate, he should have really given a 3. But I'm thinking that I think the pitch was difficult to bat on. Casey Carty, pitch was difficult to bat on. 17 he made, strike rate. I can't, a 2 for Casey Carty. I won't give him a 1, I'll give him a 2. Shea Hope, what must be said about Shea Hope? 120 from 94 deliveries, 10 fours, 5 sixes, a strike rate of 128. How much is fair to give Shea Hope? It's a splendid innings, 100 on that pitch. I want to give him a 9. Let's give him a 9. Shea Hope a 9. Shafane Rutherford, he struggled on the pitch just like, and this is probably Shafane Rutherford's slowest innings ever for the West Indies. A strike rate of 37. He made only 15. And the reason why I'm giving him 2 and not 1, I just think that the pitch is difficult to bat on. The pitch was difficult to bat on. Rastan Chase, for me, he was the one who came out, as I said, and really started it. And he also bowled very well. He was the one who said to the batsmen, we can bat on this pitch, man. It's difficult, but we need to fire our irons. And he also came and he bowled very well. He has been consistent through the series, and he went for less than 3 runs and over 6 overs for 1 for 16. So I have to give Rastan Chase a 9 also. We win. So when the team win, the marks tend to be a little more generous, as you would understand. You know, it has to be. Well, Justin Greaves never bowled yesterday. He never need to bowl. We only use 5 bowlers. But what about his innings? A strike rate of 179 when we were looking not to get up to anywhere above 250, and he came and he added that impetus and getting up to 294 and scoreboard pressure. I am giving just, you see that strike rate of 180, that's why I'm giving him a 9. It's a strike rate. If the strike rate was about 100, I would give him a 6. But that strike rate, I have to give him a 9. Budakesh Moti, well, he bowled yesterday. He bowled well, 7 overs, 2 for 37. The thing about it now, why Budakesh Moti got 2 wickets. And you heard us say that in that first match, Budakesh Moti got 1 for 42 from his 10 overs. And he bowled that pretty length. When the pitch was doing something, he bowled that pretty length, turning it across the batsman and being defensive. And I opened that first match, he would have been a little more attacking, because 1 for 42, I would have taken 3 for 70. And that I would have taken that if he had decided to go a little more attacking in that first match, because he was clearly getting a lot of assistance. What we saw yesterday was a Budakesh Moti recognized that he's getting assistance, and his job was not to keep down the runs rate, but to pick wickets. That's what we saw yesterday. And that is why, although he was the most expensive West Indies bowler yesterday, with 2 for 37 from his 7 overs, it was the change in approach, and know that on a pitch that is favorable, you don't need to be defensive, but you need to be more attacking and be looking the wickets. So, although it was on the expensive side, going for at least, I think, about 5, a little over 5, 7 5s is 35, so that's about 5.3. So he was going for about 5.3 yesterday. But the fact that he got 2 wickets, you have to recognize that he chose to bowl more attacking, and I want to give him a 7 for that. Well, Shamar Joseph again. All the bowlers bowled well yesterday, you know. Seals was the pick of them, but Shamar Joseph did his job. 4 overs for 7 runs. What more can you ask? You know, 4 overs for 7 runs. He did his job. You have to give the man a 6. Eh? Give him or should I give him a 4 overs for 7 runs? Deserve a 7. So I'll give him a 7. Yes. Jaden Seals, strictly 9. You'd have heard a lot about Jaden Seals already. No more can be said. So clearly, Jaden Seals a 9. Or should I give him a 10? It's 9.5. I think I'm a more 9.5. 6 for 18. 6 for 18, a big bowling, you know. 6 for 18 from 7.2 overs. Just allow me a second just to just run it through my mind. I am at 9.5, but I'm wondering if it's a high 9.5 or a low 9.5. You know, let me leave it at 9. Let me leave it at 9. Remember, Shepherd 5 overs went for 10 runs. Again, you give him a 6, you know. The captain, when you win a match, man, when you win a match, 8 for the captains yesterday. And for Darren Sammy, 8 for Darren Sammy also. You know, the big smile on Darren Sammy's face. I was so happy for Darren Sammy, because you can see that he's under pressure, and rightly so. He has to be under pressure. You are the coach of a team that is losing, and the performance of the team ultimately rests with the coach. That's his number 1 responsibility. But from hiding behind the partition when West Indies were 113 for 4, to just burst out with joy and the broadest smile ever. I am so happy for Darren Sammy, and well done, Darren Sammy. So I'm submit my ratings, and so please submit your ratings. I will come to a few more of your comments before I go to your responses. So please submit your responses. I'm coming to them very quickly, but I'm just going to go through a few more of your comments to give some other persons time to complete them. Isn't this player rating for the entire Wilson's? It is clear as day. We do a player rating after every match, and not only that, it said 3rd ODI West Indies player ratings. So I don't know why you choose to ask that question. I have to you see, when you ask those questions, Wilson's, and then I said, but isn't Wilson's seeing, or isn't he reading? You know, and I don't ask that in a disrespectful way, but when you put that comment there, when the thing clearly said third ODI, how do you know? So do you think he can call it he likes? He can call if he likes it. Oh, you mean Jay Shaw may call if he likes the champion? Very fair rating, said Patrick Ascott. Thank you, Patrick Ascott. I always try to do my best, and I reflect my opinion, and I appreciate others' opinion. And that is why even if I give a player a 3 and majority of you give the player 5, I have to go with the 5. I have to give credit to Darren for bringing in Rampal. Hopefully, he could replace Reefer. Yeah, you know, Michael Douglas, that's a good point. And Rampal definitely seemed to be doing a very good job. I wonder, I will try and get an interview with Rampal. You know that I know that I said it. A lot of persons who are listening to me, they're going to run at it, but no problem. I think everybody can do their thing. I don't have a problem with that if he decides to come. So I'm going to try and get an interview with Ravi Rampal. Definitely, I need to do that. I'll try and get an interview with him. Mr. Casanova, one good morning to you. This was a good win because this Pakistani team had full strength and can beat any team. That's a good point that he made, you know, that the Pakistani team is at full strength. Their big guns were here. You know, they were at full strength. And it shows that with the right approach, with the right discipline, it's now the ability now to maintain this intensity. You remember Mr. Casanova draw the parallel in the Australian Test Series, where West Indies was able to compete for 2 days and a bit, just before half time. And I draw that parallel between the West Indies performance and a team like Plymouth playing against Arsenal in a FA Cup match. You know, a fourth tier team in England playing against a Premier League team in the FA Cup. And the fourth tier team will come out, and for 30 minutes, 35 minutes, they will give Arsenal a run for their money. But by the time the half start to draw to a close, they lose the steam, they start making mistakes because they are not able to perform at a high intensity for much longer as they get tired. Yesterday performance now for the West Indies team. One can only hope that it is not like that. A fourth tier team came out and played well. So we hope now that we want to see now the performances against India and New Zealand to see how we perform in that second half. A series win is to be celebrated. No doubt about that. I have no doubt about that a series win is to be celebrated. But we must not forget that we lost 3 series before we won this one. So while we celebrate, and with the drinks and the partying and the beer must flow, because you should always celebrate, we must now look forward to see if we can continue this. So Island, sorry about that, Island, it went away. Banana Brook, I am Banana Brook is, I'm glad I stumbled upon the cricket forum. It has been a pleasure. Thank you, Mr. B. Banana Brooks, it has been a pleasure having you here, and you have bring forth a lot of insights. And I saw yesterday where you said that the guard behind the back of the helmet, the ICC have instituted it, and you did your research and you came back and you said that it's only Australia that have made it compulsory. So those insights and those research and those honesty, and to have you know, it's a pleasure having you here. And a number of times we appreciate your intelligent comment. Jomo Nkuma is saying, Windies has never had luck in Duckworth Lewis matches. Seeing them win under pressure in the second ODI showed they were up for a fight in the final. All aspects of their game was well in sync. Thank you, Jomo. We appreciate. Goldworks is saying, next ODI, Bangladesh, same condition. Is it Bangladesh we're going or Nepal? Michael, could you confirm that for me? Because I don't think we have Bangladesh on our radar. My understanding is that we go to Nepal, then India, then New Zealand. However, things can always change. So someone confirm that whether or not we are going to Bangladesh. I would very much love that. Sherwin Carr, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Good morning, Jamur. Yeah, Jomo. Yeah, I think we're going Nepal, then India, then New Zealand. You know, so yeah, thank you very much, Kingman. We appreciate. Thank you very much. Yes, so it's not Bangladesh as I thought. So let me now go to your ratings, which will be very interesting. I would love to get your ratings. I know that there will probably be a lot of 10 and 9, you know, because I always appreciate you guys doing your rating, and I hope that I'll see a lot of 10 and 9, and I hope some other persons now will now complete their ratings as we get up your rating. Okay, Bobby is saying that Bishop said we are going to Bangladesh. Okay. Well, Nepal is after the CPL. That was what I have on my agenda. Without prejudice, I give you a 10 today, said Never Isaac. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, Never Isaac. Wow. So Bobby Bishop said we're going to Bangladesh. Okay, we can research that because that was not on the agenda, but let's research that because, you know, I think we are supposed to go to Bangladesh, but the schedule is not out as yet, said Michael Douglas. All right, let me go to your player ratings because I'm under pressure to end this show this morning. As I said there, I have an engagement. Oh, wow, we are past the time. So I should be there at 8:30. I know it's 8:34. So yes, Brandon King, you said that Brandon King should get a 1. I can't complain about that. I think that's a fair assessment. Brandon King getting a 1, I think that's a fair assessment. Every game so far we have to give Brandon King. You give Evan Lewis a 3.5. Can't complain about that. So Evan Lewis get a 3.5. Casey Carty got a 2. Can't complain about that either. I think this is brilliant thus far. Brilliant. I think that you are good thus far. Very good. Shea Hope, I am one of only 2 persons that gave him a 9. Majority of you gave him a 10. Yes, so I have no issue with person giving him a 10. I gave him a 9, probably a 9.5. I have no issues with that. So 10 for Shea Hope. Shafane Rutherford a 3. While I have to accept that you gave Rutherford a 3, but 15 from 40 deliveries and you gave him a 3, I don't know how you arrive at that, honestly. And there are persons who are even giving him 4. How do you seriously know? No, your opinion is your opinion, and you gave him a 3 and you gave him a 4. But I would love if you can give me your feedback why you think that Shafane Rutherford deserve a 3 and he deserve a 4 after yesterday performance. Is yesterday performance we're talking about, 15 from 40 deliveries at a strike rate of 37.5, and you think that he should get a 4? Then if you give Shafane Rutherford a 4 and you give Hope a 10 for 120, you are really discrediting Hope 120, The man make 100 runs more than Shafane Rutherford. and you were prepared to give Rutherford almost half the ratings that you give Shea Hope, I guess the less said, the better. But there's no way, while I have to accept the 3, there's no way I could give a man a 3 for making 15 from 40 deliveries. No way. Ruston Chase got a 8. Okay, good. Good Ruston Chase with a 8. Majority of you think that Ruston Chase is a 8. Justin Greaves also got a 8. Good. Yes. Yes, that is a... Persis gave him 9. I don't have an issue with that. Persis gave him 6, 7. Don't really have an issue with that because Persis probably looking at the runs. I also look at the strike rate, and I gave him 8. So 8, I think, is a fair score to give him. So I don't have an issue giving him 8. I just refresh it there. Gudakesh Moti, 8. Wow. Gudakesh Moti got 8. All right, no problem. I would have given him 8, as you saw there. Shamar Joseph, 6. All right, 6 for Shamar Joseph. Jaden Seals, 10. And everybody giving between 9 and 10. And so, but 10 was the most. So well done, Jaden Seals. A 10 for Jaden Seals. Romario Shepard, he got a 6. That's okay. Also, I think that's good. 10 for the captain. All right, the team win. So you're giving the captain 10. And it's a massive win. We did embarrass Pakistan, didn't we? Yes. And for the coach, you gave the coach 6. No, man, the team can't win and you give. All right. I accept your position. You gave the coach 6. It's your judgment. But the team win by 200 odd runs. In my opinion, the coach deserves more than 6. But it's just my opinion. Majority of you think that he deserves 6. In my opinion, he deserves more. The team win by more than 200 runs. But thank you very much for participating in the player ratings. I thank you for being here. I will read probably 1 or 2 more comments before I get a cuff in my head because I really need to go. Yes, so okay. All right, thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate your company. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. I look forward to see you tomorrow evening for the start of the CPL. Yes, I will do a watch along for the first match in the CPL so that we cannot only watch the CPL but continue the discussion on West Indies cricket and watch the first match of the CPL. So for the first 2 CPL, we'll do them. I don't know how many matches in the CPL I'll do. There's no sponsorship as yet. So if you are prepared to come forward with some sponsorship, anyone, you know, especially a beverage company. You can imagine a beverage company sponsoring us and we're getting drunk in the night there. Wow, what a thing would be do. What a thing that would be. Thank you very much. And please have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow evening. God bless. One love. I appreciate you all.